Hello? Hello, good morning. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I'm muted. I can't hear you.
I
But
can hear you now.
I'm trying to
Can you hear me
I
now?
can hear you now. I can hear you. Yes.
How are you? This call, this Zoom call now
Yeah,
40 minutes to stay to cut. So let's be fine. Do you hear me?
yes. Yes.
Please.
I'm listening.
Okay. Uh, I thought I gave you a assignment last time. Man. What did I say you should do? Hello?
You said
Hello?
first of all about uh want what I want,
Mm.
how I want to do what I want to do.
Hello? Hello? We don't get by man. That's all I'm saying. Hello? Hello, can you hear me?
Hello, I can hear you. Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Hey, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
So I can hear you talk. I said, what did I say you should do?
Yes, that's in the decision making progress. I should have clarity on why, how, I, uh, what, how, and why I want to to be focused on what I want to do in order to be fulfilled. My goal
Okay.
is raining heavily here. That's why you can't hear me.
Okay, sorry, I can hear you.
Yes.
So what is your goal now? Have you been able to set what you want to achieve?
When I was, thank God you know me right from when I was growing up. When I was growing up, I was, I was, should I say I was, I had dyslexia
How?
and dyslexia. Can you
What
hear
is?
me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Dyslexia is having short memory, as
Okay.
in yes, maybe after learning something, I have to go through it again and again and again for me to remember and get what is done. Your
Okay.
so my I grew up on the bigger side. Right from my childhood, I was not on the smaller side. So I was quite bullied of you were not aware of it because I felt talking about it or something. So let me not waste my time there. So it was very difficult for me to like really mingle with my mates and the rest. So during my university days, I didn't do good. I didn't do well, but I felt it was okay. I felt it was good. I felt it was normal. Now that I think I am trying to define my goal properly. And after the class we had, the last class I had with you, I came to understand the fact that it is not as if anybody is born with this. Some people have it. It is already tell yourself and agree to the fact that you have it, that it can work for you, that I can remain like that. So well, after I graduated, a very working in a very standard office, I felt I was not going to fit. Are you hearing me?
I can hear you. I can hear you.
I felt I was not
So
going to
what?
fit. Okay, I felt I was not going to fit in. So yeah, I felt I was not going to fit in. So I usually go for small jobs, like little a job that I feel okay. I'm very comfortable around, like all these what is it called, hospitality kind of business, hospitality, like working in the hotel, working in restaurants, um places I feel I won't be that challenged when it comes to intellectual reasoning. So I now want I want to that's what is still on my mind. I've not yet. I want to settle for business, and I believe and I know if I start up a business, I will do very well by the grace of God. The reason I want to to own a business was just what I explained to you um briefly. And why I want it is because I know that I'll do well there, and I've worked in I've gathered a lot of experience, and I pray I achieve it. But can still if I can still develop myself as a individual by maybe reading other books, and also attending um lectures, or focusing my energy with other higher intellectual people, I know I'll get there someday, and maybe have a change of mind on what to do when it comes to what to achieve. But for now, what I'm so bent on is opening a hospitality business. That is what I plan to do. And that is what has been on my mind, and I've been working towards it.
Okay. Are you done?
Yes, please.
Okay. Firstly,
I am.
like we discussed last time, uh, there's no in life, nature, nature that is life may give you some disadvantage, but it is up to you to accept that disadvantage or to reject it,
Yes.
depending on how your level of clarity and your understanding on how the process to accept it or reject it. So I'm actually not really aware of this scenario that you just shared with me now. But I think if you really want to change it, it is possible you can change it in the shortest time. But like I said, the most important thing is what do you really want now? Not looking at limitations. So
Yes,
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
yes, I can hear you.
Okay. So if you think that that limitation is too strong enough to hinder you, it will. If you think it's not too strong enough to hinder you, it will not. That is that for that. Uh, if have you heard about this book, Think and Grow Rich?
Yes, I have it. I have the book, but I just bought it last week. I've not gone anywhere yet.
Now, if you go for chapter one of the book, towards the end of the chapter one, the author of the book described experience of his son that was born with no sign of hearing from inside. The child was born deaf and dumb. And not only was he physically deaf and dumb, inside his system, the medical examiners was able to confirm that he does not have any sign that connects his ear to his brain. Therefore, it will be very difficult for him to speak or hear. But this kind of principle I'm going to teach you was what the father used, and the child finally was able to talk and hear people in later time of his life. And that very disadvantage at the end of the day become what made the child rich. So I would have loved you, I would love like you to go. I will after this I'll check the page of that very story. You go and read the story, just the story. No, I'm not saying to read the book. If there's a need for you to read the book, the whole book, they are awesome. But for the purpose of addressing this issue we just talked about now, I want you to read the book so that you understand that it's true, and I'm about to share with you. Nothing is impossible to it, unless you think it's impossible. So if somebody could use the same tool to make a child born with no trace of element of speaking or hearing, but he was able to force the nature and life to reproduce that to the child, I don't think there will be anything that will be possible to do, depending on their level of clarity. But then I understand. If your goal, like you said now, is to start up business, that is a beautiful one. Now, there's what we usually refer to as SMART goals, right? I don't know if I've heard it before. Specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, time bound. So if you really think you want business, then you have to now be specific, be measurable, that is
Okay.
to say, and also be attainable and be relevant, the time bound. Now the thing is this: there is as a human being, we are parted. Our brain is parted into two parts, right and left. The left is our infinite brain. It is our logical brain. It is the brain that helps us to decide, but it's not really connected to our true core. So our true core is our creative brain. That is the one that is connected to our subconsciousness, which is connected to our spirit, which is our reset. So the thing is this: you can look at your situation now, an environment, and decide to say, this is what I want. But you may commit to it in a temporary, but in a long run, if that thing is not coming from your spirit, you will not be able to sustain the efforts needed to make a success in that area. And this is one of the primary purpose many people have mostly in the world. People do not really discover what they want from inside so that they will be able to have enough energy and enough force to push through when the going becomes a little difficult. So that is why I would have loved that we go through our. Can you hear me?
Yes.
I would have loved that we go through our class on purpose discovery. But I wanted you to just find, let me say, a little goal that, okay, this business you want to start. I want you to go into detail. How much do you need to start the business? Where do you need to stop? What are the necessary things you need to do? And when do you need to start the business? And what are the, yes, just tell me how much you need to start the business, in detail nature of the business, make a description, a detailed description that is very specific, very measurable, and very attainable. Then, and time bound. The relevancy of aspect of that goal means how does that goal relate to your purpose? But here we are not talking about purpose. What we are talking about, how do you earn a living for the being? So you are going to talk about how very specific aspect of the goal, very how measurable the goal that is measurable, the goal that is attainable, and the goal that can help you solve your immediate problem, which is providing for your basic financial needs. Think. So first of all, you have to define what is the basic financial need. How much do you need in sense to say, I want to, if I were able to sustain myself independently, how much do I need a month? Then you are going to meet that need through starting up a business. So how much do you need to start up a business? So the purpose of starting up the business is to meet up your basic financial need. So you want to know in a clear time what is that basic financial need. You get now, so that you now know what you also know how much the business starting up may need. Now, these things you don't need to go outside. You need to take inside and observe your situations and be able, since you already have idea of the business, be able to come up with this kind of detailed information. So that will be a starting point. So if you have come up with that, like I said, I'm going to share with you a tool on how to make that a reality as fast as possible. So the same tool I told you that somebody used to make a child that was born blind, deaf, and blind to be able to speak. The same tool I'm going to use, I'm going to give to you. And very simple. It's going to help you to achieve that immediate need. But our primary goal here is for you to be able to discover why were you born? Why were you alive at this time? What are that specific place that God or the creator of the universe made you to be alive this time? So that you begin to fulfill it. In fulfilling it, that is where you see success matched with fulfillment. Now, if you pursue money, if you apply the tools, the science, you can get money, but that money may not bring you fulfillment. Money will only bring you fulfillment when making the money is resulting from you fulfilling your life. And the money you made, you're also using it to fulfill your life. In that case, there's a fulfillment from success. So, having said this, huh?
That's
having said this, I would want us to a kind of recap what we said last time. At least you have been able to understand a thing that your situation is not really final, in the sense that your situation may be what you are telling yourself, just like you say, that the experience you have as you are growing up, if you have known that you can change it, no matter even if you are born with it, it's possible for you to change it. And if you have known that you can change it and you are given a tool to change it, probably would have changed it before now. But since you didn't know till now, you have known, then the issue is that to build clarity around that problem and then how you go about changing it. It could even be possible that solving that problem and helping other people who may be in a situation like that may be your life purpose. And as you do it, you may earn a lot from doing it and use the money you earn to help others. It doesn't matter. You get now? Are you getting what I'm saying? So when we are subjected you to the class on how to find your purpose, you may discover that that very thing, because there's one how somehow that God or nature or universe will work. One of the ways it works is that the problems He throw to us, He knows we're able to solve that problem. so that when we solve the problem, we become a solution to the people who have similar problems. Like the story I just gave you, I summarized for you about the child. When the child find a way to talk and to hear, he lives the rest of his life helping other people who have the same problem to talk and hear. That was what he spent his life doing, and he made rich from it. So that is to say that every challenges that come before us is always a blessing in disguise. If you recognize the challenges and stand up with the challenges and fight it, as we're solving that challenges, we are coming up with wisdoms, with tactics, tools, and steps, and that we can use to and give to other people so that they will be able to solve their challenges. And that is how we are contributing to the building the universe. Did you get it? Did you really get me?
Say
Are you still
again.
hearing me? Yeah?
Am I what?
I said, did you hear what I said?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So, a way of revision, this is what we did last time. We talked about our unlimited potential, right?
Yes.
We talked about action. We talked about results. We talked about our blueprint or belief system. Then we talked about that the supply from blueprint to potential is certainty or uncertainty, right?
Yes.
Then we talked about line triangle of our blueprint. And we're able to establish that
Yes.
from our potential, we supply to our action. From our action, we supply to our result. From our result, we supply to our belief system. From our belief system, we supply to our potential. And that the problem we have is that the circle start from the blueprint, but most of the results we get are outside forces. So like now, we are now have a challenge of how to start a business. Since you have not started a business, their belief system is that starting business is difficult or starting business, maybe if you look at outside world, you find out that the result is may not be supportive. And if the result is not supportive, that will form your belief system. And if you form your belief system, that is going to reduce your certainty level close to zero. And that means it's going to activate a little part of your potential. And because your potential is activated a little, it affects the little part of your what? Of your action. When you affect the little part of the action, your result will be very little or zero. Because the result is very little or zero, your belief system will go down, happen again. You get now? So it keep on going down as you rotate. You get now? Until you are able to influence it from outside force, which is the triangle we are going to discuss in detail. Now, there is what we call direct influence and indirect influence. Now, if you look at all these four elements that constitute our reality circle, eh, there is no one that we can have direct influence in. You cannot just tackle your action, say you can change your action. It's very difficult, if not impossible. You cannot tackle your result and say you want to change your result. Same way. Same way your potential, you may not tackle it. So that is to say your own potential, your action, and your result, the only you can affect them indirectly, but you can't affect them directly. You get now? So what can you the only sphere you can affect directly is what? Your belief system. That is the only aspect of the reality circle that God gave man unchallenging right and power to affect. Because even if you are in prison and you are self-conscious, the situation will not determine what you think, what you say, and what you feel. Unless you choose to allow the situation to determine what you think and feel. And it is those three elements that influences our belief system. You get now? So it is only belief system that we have direct access to influencing. And if you can influence it, it will be able to influence others. So when we're looking at direct influence, it is only the square of the belief system or the blueprint that will have direct influence. Every other squares will have what? Indirect influence on them. You get now? So if you want to influence our action, the only way we influence our potential and through potential influence our action. Now, there's something I introduced here that is not there before. Skill set and mindset. You get now? If you influence your potential, the evidence of influencing your potential is you increase your skill set or increase your mindset. You get now? So the new mindset will determine the action you take. So the output of change activation of potential. The output of activation of potential is skill set or mindset. So you can upgrade your mindset, you can upgrade your skill set. So if you activate your potential, it will result either in upgrading your skill set or upgrading your mindset. So depending on the upgrade, will determine how much action you can take and the impact of the action in producing results. For instance, somebody who is a special accountant, who is a chartered accountant, and somebody who has read accounting in secondary school, both of them can take action of what? Keeping account. But the result will be different because of what? Their level of skill set and level of mindset. You get now? So the more your skill set, the more your mindset, the better action you take and the better result you get. You get now? But your skill set and mindset come from your potential because as a human being, there's unlimited skill set you can acquire. There's unlimited mindset you can acquire. You get now? But the ability to begin to acquire more skill set and more mindset depends on your blueprint. That is your fundamental belief, your fundamental thinking, your fundamental operating system. You get it now, right? So this is what I refer to as what? The flow of our reality or the circle of our reality containing four squares. You get now? So starting from our blueprint, which produce certainty or uncertainty. You get now? Then depending on what we produce, we activate our potential. Depending on the level of our potential activation, determine the level of skill set and mindset to acquire, which affect our action, and then which will now affect our results in that circle, right? You get now? So now we have started talking about the 9 triangle of our belief system. That is 9 triangles of our belief system, right? That's where we are for now. I hope you have an understanding of what they call it, flow of our reality or the circle of reality. Yeah? You understand it now, huh? Okay. So our time is going down. Oh. So now we started here. We talked about the this triangle of influence. Triangle of influence.
Influence.
You know, we talked about direct and indirect influence now. Huh? Now
Yes.
we say it is only our belief system we can influence directly. So the triangle of influence, what are the 3 ways where we could have direct influence in our belief system? We talk about hypnosis, we talk about divine intervention, we talk about auto-suggestion, isn't it? Right?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
So
Sorry. Yes. Hypnosis, divine intervention. Then the third one was
auto-suggestion
is
or
it
self-suggestion.
neurotic? Abi?
Yeah?
Say again. Okay,
Auto-suggestion
self-suggestion.
or self-suggestion, yes.
Yeah.
So, and I said divine intervention is when God, for any reason, is trying to break his rule by trying to change your mindset or your belief system. The classical example of it is what? Is Paul in the Bible. Because he was strongly believed that persecuting Christians is a way to please God. Now, God breaks that belief, not by his own effort or his own use of his techniques, but God divinely breaks that belief and instills another belief in him that the way to please God is to promote Christ. You get now? So that rarely happens. But there are some people who have had that experience. The hypnosis is as we are growing up, when we are not conscious, at least our our logical mind can be bypassed. Either when we are sleeping, a certain reality, a certain belief system are being installed in us. And I say hypnosis is what we do for children. As children are growing up, their logical mind is very low, but their um, subconscious mind is high. So when you say things to them, it enters their subconscious mind and forms a belief. And that is how most of us come up with all these our belief we have. Just like you said, when we were growing up, person just told you maybe you have this kind of problem, and then those problems help you not to be as highly intelligent, and then you accepted it, and it affected you greatly. What if you had somebody who was able to tell you that that is not true? So you were hypnotized. You get now? So you can change it through auto-suggestion. Auto-suggestion is when you consciously decide what you believe. So when information comes to you, you filter it. You say, should I believe this or should I not believe this? You choose what to believe. The more you choose what to believe, the more you recreate the reality. You get now? So, and we talked about 9 tools of auto suggestion, which we are going to discuss. 9 tools. They are very going to the 9 tools. Those are the tools I told you that you can use interchangeably together to change your reality and create the reality you want. Do you get now? So after talking about the triangle of influence, we talked about triangle of decision. Triangle of decision. That is where we get clarity. So we are saying, what are we doing? What are we going to do? Because if you are going to use auto suggestion, you must know what are you trying to achieve. Do you get now? So first thing is to know what you are going to achieve. Why are you going to achieve it and how do you want to achieve it? So we are now saying here, for instance, that we want to achieve basic financial independence, right? Now, why do we want to achieve the basic financial independence? So that we can have a freedom, you get now, to be able to find what is our life purpose and live it. How are we going to achieve it? How are we going to achieve it? Sorry. We have decided now that we want to start a business. You get now? So in this
Yes.
triangle, eh?
Sorry, I have flu.
Sorry, eh?
I have flu.
Sorry. You do have it. You are feeling it. You do buy it. How much you do buy it?
Sorry, I
You are
am
feeling
feeling
it.
flu. I
You feel
Yes.
kata or you feel so if you feel it and it will go. See, that is what we're saying. You have to be very careful because even the joking word you say, they are also counting. You get now? Whether you make a joke, whether you are thinking something, no, this thing I'm thinking is not true. I just have to think am. It doesn't matter. They are all counting. So I said in this triangle of decision, we are getting clarity. We are getting what? Clarity. Clarity as to what are we doing? Why are we doing it and how are we doing it? And we are taking an example of your situation now. Your case is that our focus is to achieve financial independence. To achieve financial independence, we need to start business. That is how we do it. But why are we looking for financial independence? To get the leverage to be able to find our purpose and live our purpose. You get now? So you see, you can write it down that what are my most important thing to me now is financial independence. Why? So that I'll be free from the limitation of finance and focus on my um, life purpose. How? By starting a business. So you now your focus is what business? How do I start it? You get now? So you take action to define the business, how you start it, what are you going to looking at the business so that you could be able to achieve the independence you are looking for. So that is where you are going to have work now. Having a detailed discussion around the business or a detailed description about the business and how we are going about going to achieve financial independence through that very business. Do you get now? Then after this, we move on to the triangle of power. We say there is three power in existence. One is what we call supreme power of the universe, which is the power of God, which the administrator of it is the Holy Spirit. You get now? Then we have the circumstances power, that is different laws that regulate the universe. Like we talk about the law of gravity, the law of biology, the conception, the law of economic, different, so many things we do in life are regulated, even our body system are subject to so many laws. You get now? So understanding those laws, that is what science do. Science understand the laws and align with the laws. And you know, those scientists have enormous power, but their power are not divine. You get now? Their power is that they study, observe the life, observe the environment, observe the existence, and discover a pattern, and then follow through those patterns to achieve some results. For instance, this power of supremacy, supreme power of the universe, the scientists are beginning to observe that there's power in the word people speak, there's power in people's talk, there is power in people's feelings. So they are trying to discover patterns. You get now? So that is circumstantial power. You get now? Then we'll talk about negative forces, which is the power that God originally gave to man, which was sought by devil through tricking a man. And the devil is using that power against man and against anything that is of God. You get now? Now, you have different categories. You know, Bible made us understand that there are different forces of negative. You get now? And they are also restraining force to whatever we are in this life. You have to recognize them. But the beautiful thing is that God, for instance, Jesus Christ gave us power over this power through his name. Because the name of Jesus Christ is the only name that these three powers are subject to. The circumstantial power, the negative forces, and the supreme power of God respond to the name of Jesus. Do you get now? But the supreme power is being administered by the power of the Holy Ghost. Do you get now? So these are the forces that regulate